Greetings to you all, my wonderful people. Good morning. I welcome you all to this broadcast or this very important message where they come from our dear sister, Mwada, the WTO Director General, will be Ngozi OKONJO, according to how she is being called or addressed. Make on a see or make on a hear waiting our sister talk. He don't come out. Come give us the reasons while our Biafran brothers and sisters, the Imolite, the Anambarians, and also the Ebonyans, including Abians and Enugu people, which is Ndingwo, why we are divided, why we hate ourselves, and why we are attacking each other. I think this is a very, very big lesson that requires everybody's attention, whether you are from Imo, Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, or from Abia State. I beg, this important message is for everybody, whether you are in Nigeria or you are in diaspora. So give me your utmost attention as I read in between the lines, which in this one that talk, at least it's going to help us in rebuilding that Southeast, because Southeast, among other regions now, have been the area that is being dilapidated, both in infrastructure, both in development, both in revenue. I mean, in every ramification, Southeast now have gone far, far back. You know, there's a word that this what do they call him? The Senate president, former Senate president, according to what do they call? What is this his name? Pius Anyem, he said something also. That is another news I'm going to give after this one, and that is another very important lesson and lecture as well, because all these things is not just saying for saying sake. When you read when you read in between the lines, you go deep into it and find out the wisdoms attached to it. That is the only way you can know how to make amends, because without not reading wisdom in any video you found, or not grabbing any point there, that means you are just watching for watching sake, or just watching to look where the person make mistakes, so that you go to the comment section and begin to attack that person. And that is exactly why the people keep attacking me, and that is what I'm about to read out to you now. This one is coming from the well-respected WTO Director General Ngozi OKONJO. This one our own sister, where they at the international level. Anyway, this one is the part of the headline, and this one is under Nigerian news. This one again is from Nadeko under Nigerian news. They said, and I quote, this one is another people that come again to tell this our so-called APC president, president of the Fulani government of Nigeria, and be president of the Aboroso. He said you should resign honorably, save Nigeria from embarrassment. Nadeko slams Mazi Tunumbu under Nigerian news. This one is also under Nigerian news, but it's coming from the southeast, Anambra precisely, where Chukwuma Charles Mbafu Soludo is the governor. He said, and I quote, you can't afford to be intolerant people. Soludo tells the Igbos, hey, this one Amatayo, he don't pass it, be careful. Anyway, let us continue. According to former Senate President, he said, and I quote, if car is not taken, every means of livelihood in Southeast will dry up. That is pious and impious. Now he can talk this one. Well, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, my Nigerian people, Arewa, Ududuwa, and our Ibibio, and the other rest of, if I begin to call ethnic groups we have in Nigeria, my dear brothers, Chige, Chigabu, we have over 250 ethnic groups and still counting. And anyway, I don't have to be calling anyone by their ethnic groups. Once you are a Nigerian, either you are a Biafra, you are Arewa, or you do what you must surely belong somewhere, or you are Middle Belt, which is the Niger Delta region. So anywhere where you belong, I beg you, I carry greeting, conduct, salute you. They hammer you this early Saturday morning. I beg you. Make or no kill me. This my mouth no go put me into trouble. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, the Oga Pata and Obonga of them all. Share this message. Everyone need to be sharing. Do not share only once and you keep quiet, my dear brother. Your duty is to share, and my own duty is to bring the news to your doorstep. Let us go there. Director General of the World Trade Organization, which is WTO, OKONJO, has said Igbos are divided because of the economic and security challenges facing the southeastern part of the country, where this one have been ringing like bells all this while. Not only you are saying it, madam. Anyway, OKONJO, the former Minister of Finance, stated this on Thursday, virtually at the Economic and the Security Summit held in Owerri, the Igbo state capital. According to how the former minister said, the people of the southeast don't support each other. Instead, they attack and undermine each other, adding that the Igbos have lost focus and sight of the biggest community assets. I tell you the simple truth, that is the problem that is facing, or that is benefiting the southeastern part of the country. This is what this our sister is hammering on. OKONJO, however, advising the Igbo to shun self-contentedness and embrace teamwork to drive the zone or the zone's economic growth. Yes, now because in the southeastern region, I mean in a region where you come, we have how many parties? We have APC governor, we have a PDP governor, we have APOGA, and also we have what they call it, Labour Party. So everybody will be fighting to protect the integrity of their party. In other words, that love and the creativity, I mean, oneness will not be there. That is the problem facing these people. If now only APC there now, my dear brothers, they go down that place to killing fear. Anyway, Imo State itself is not exempted. She said, we have lost focus. We have lost sight of our biggest community assets. We are fragmented as a people. We don't support each other. Instead, we attack and undermine each other. We are too individualistic. An individual can get good, but better when we come together with others as a body. Then we can be able to do what? To find a lasting solution to whatever we are fighting for. I am sure you want me to mention the gaps in the infrastructure. I don't think it is our biggest challenge. Our biggest challenge in the southeast is ourselves. We have often been our worst enemies. We have allowed ourselves to be divided and be used. Speaking further, OKONJO stated that there was a bright side to the challenges of the southeast. She said, if the problem is us, it means the solutions also lies in our hands. To do this, we must exercise joint leadership, and that is why it is very, very important that you are taking the summit step now. Something that is supposed to be doing every month or every year, at least to bring the whole Southeasterners together. They cannot do it simply because I belong to APC and you are PDP. That the ideology will never be the same. Another big challenge is security. This partly arose from our fragmentation. Insecurity in our region is sending wrong signals about whether one can invest in the southeast or not. The former minister also commended the governors for partnering with the Fulani government of Nigeria in its effort to overcome insecurity in the southeast. Which insecurity? Whereby most of the southeastern governors created the insecurity by their own self. When you lack the trust, or when you lose the trust from the people you are governing, my dear, the worst is the reverse is the case. And that is what is happening in this country called Nigeria. Yes, people lose trust, people lose hope. People don't even trust the so-called president. So how do you want them to cooperate and pray for him to succeed? My dear, everybody will even their own APC don't they pray for his downfall, because the economic policies is enacting, my dear, is sending the country into a different dimension altogether. She added, the lesson for us is clear. You cannot have a development without security, and you cannot have security without development. And above all, we need good governors as well. To take this region forward, the security problems need to be solved. The federal government or the Fulani government obviously have or has an important role to play. But there is much to be done at the state level, and that is why I commended your leadership. People that the one that are doing well, not the one that are being forced on people. You should design to save Nigeria from embarrassment and shame. Nadeko slams Maze and Ogatunumbu, according to this so-called Nadeko. Bola Ahmed Tinubu have now devised by the United States chapter of the National Democratic Coalition to design and save the country from future embarrassment. Okute News reports that the group gave the advice in a statement issued on Monday, September 25, 2023. while reacting to the controversy surrounding the academic records of the so-called presidency. Nadeko stated that the controversy has caused the Chicago State University to find itself on the precipice of a disrupt, teetering on the brink of losing international credibility and accreditation. The group will also condemn the present socio-economic challenges that Tinubu's government failed policies brought upon Nigerians, asking him to resign and save the country from irresponsible damage and also embarrassment of the highest order. The statement reads, Nigeria is in the throes of a deep international image, domestic and regional crisis, bleeding profusely on both national and international stages. It is a nation held in disdain presently at the international stage. Its economy is in shambles and its people are hungry for change. Presently, a dollar is a stone's throw from 1,000 naira. Even institutions like Chicago State University find themselves on the precipice of a disrupting, teetering on the brink of losing international credibility and accreditation, all due to the wake of destruction left by the Tinubu's unwavering pursuit of his questionable presidency. This perilous journey, fueled by one man's relentless ambition, has led to the heartbreaking ignorance of the collective suffering of Nigerians by the Tinubu and APC government. In a plea to rescue Nigeria from the clutches of Tinubu's questionable ambitions, Nadeko USA implores Mr. Tinubu Ahmed to liberate himself and the over 200 million Nigerians from the impending impulsion. If Tinubu chooses to resign, perhaps Nigerians will find it in their hearts to forgive, and the secrecy legacy he leaves behind at the Chicago State University may no longer bear the stain of his political pursuits. He should be advised to do the needful, according to according to the speaker. You can't afford to be intolerant people. Soludo to Ndigbo. Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State says the Igbos cannot afford to be intolerant people because of their entrepreneurial skills and itinerant behavior. According to him, the former Central Bank of Nigeria governor stated this on Thursday at the Southeast Economic and Security Summit as well in Owerri, Imo State capital. Soludo expressed the readiness of the region to do business but heightened the need for partnership with the rest of the country, the diaspora and the international community. He said, as an itinerant people, we who are everywhere, we cannot afford to be intolerant people. We cannot afford to be provincial. We must think home to build a livable and prosperous homeland, according to Chukwuma Charles Soludo. Soludo also expressed the unalloyed commitment of the governors of the region to the Southeast agenda, adding that there is a need for a 100-year plan for the region and a homeland consciousness on self-belief to execute the plan. Okute News report that the Southeast governors organized a 2-day summit to x-ray the challenges of insecurity and economic disruptions facing the region and explore ways to end them, according to Charles Soludo. Well, the last but not the least, under the Nigerian news, this one is coming from our own brother and elder statesman, former Senate President Pius Anyim Pius. Former Senate President and Secretary to the government of the Federation, Anyim Pius Anyim, has lamented how insecurity and sit-at-home orders have negatively impacted the Southeast region. Okute News report that Senator Anyim, while speaking at the 2023 Southeast Summit on Economy and Security on Thursday, said every successful person in Southeast had been subjected to self-exile because of kidnapping and assassination in the Southeast, in the region as well. The former lawmaker called for a rethink of the Biafra agitation and strategies to deal with insecurity in the region. According to him, the Southeast region, going by recent developments, risk losing economic and political relevance in the country, with drastic consequences already being felt by the people after years of insecurity and agitation that have been used as a cover by criminal elements to thrive in the region. Pius Anyim said there is an urgent need to review the agitation for Biafra and adapt new approaches to life and governance in the region, as economic activities may likely dry up if care is not taken. He noted that the government's negligence towards the region may be responsible for the increased crimes and criminality in the region. Anyim added that the situation could be turned around by providing the youth and those in authority with data on the actual losses and consequences of insecurity in the region and a return to the economic system that made the Southeast a model of economic strength and growth in the past. He said in the last 4 years, every Monday was being declared by some non-state actors as a sit-at-home day. The enforcement have been brutal, leading to enormous loss of lives and properties. It is estimated that hundreds of lives and hundreds of billions of naira have been lost to the sit-at-home order or whatsoever. Life has become very difficult in the Southeast, and almost every successful person in the Southeast is in a self-exile. If care is not taken very soon, none of us will come home, no matter the number of security personnel you carry. And not true, this man they talk. Social and economic activities have been dislocated. Businesses have been collapsed. No social activity can no longer simply take place in the zone, and no new businesses are being attracted. If care is not taken very soon, every means of livelihood in the zone may dry up. In fact, it is drying up already. Heavy arms and ammunition have been becoming instruments of political campaigns, resulting in gross voter apathy. If care is not taken very soon, the Southeast will lose national political relevance, as votes from the Southeast will no longer be of any consequence. Crime and criminality have become widespread in the Southeast because common criminals have taken advantage of the agitation in advance to advance their evil enterprise. There is a nexus between the high level of insecurity in the Southeast and the fact that some criminal elements are unleashing mayhem under the cover of agitation for Biafra, and the police are also not helping matters in this regard. We must emphasize that the circumstances that led to Biafra agitation in 1967 is not the same as what is happening today. Therefore, we must endeavor to point out the difference in the present agitation. Today, we do not have anything that in any way approximates the situation in 1967. There is absolutely no consensus on the purpose, content, method, and boundaries of today's Biafra agitation. I therefore call for a rethink by all those involved in this agitation. In rethinking the Biafra agitation, we need to honestly articulate what has been the outcomes or impact on the agitation so far, according to our brother and speaker, Pius Anyim, who is a former Secretary General to the government of the Federation and also former PDP Senate President from Southeast extraction. Well, my wonderful Biafran brothers, my Nigerian people, Arewa, Oduduwa, Niger Delta, anywhere where you do, I beg, make you do what? Accept my greetings as we are about to proceed. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless you. Help me share this message, like, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for a better experience as we proceed. Remember, my name never changed. I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from my own corner. Anyway, this day is going to be a win-win to you all, my listeners, my subscribers, and those ones who love what I'm doing. May the good Lord Almighty, who sees the light in darkness, to make sure that He grant all your heart desires, except none. And at the end, we must have every cause to do what? To praise the Baba God there and also glorify the gods for protection and provision. Well, have a nice day. I'm hanging out. Bye for now, my wonderful people. I beg, share this message. Kemesiano.